Alright friends, welcome back to another video on Laravel and Livewire. So in this video I'm going to show you how we can submit the form with loading spinner. So first of all, let me give you two different demos. First without adding loading spinner, and then second with adding loading spinner. So first of all, let me give you the demo where I haven't added the loading spinner. So now if I click on this post button over here, we don't see loading spinner, right? Let's try this on slow network connection as well. First of all, let me refresh the page, and then let's do slow 3G. And now if I click on post button, we don't see any feedback and we get the message, right? If we don't add loading spinners, then user will not know what is happening, so they will be pressing this button multiple times, right? So by adding loading spinner, it increases user experience. So it is good to show loading spinners while user try to submit the form, right? So let me give a second demo where I have added loading spinner. Now if I click on post button over here, you will see that loading spinner, right? It provides great user experience. Let's try this on slow network connection as well. Let me do network and then slow 3G. Let me press this button again and you will see that loading spinner. User will instantly get the feedback, and then they will know that it is doing some work and it is loading. And in this video I will also show you how we can write that code once and then use it on multiple places, like on this notifications form as well, and on this profile form as well. So now let's start adding this feature. So now let's start by adding SPG icon over here. So let's do that. So over here we'll be using the icon, and then I already have that icon, so let me copy this. Let's go back and paste it over here. Okay, let's indent it. Now let me go back and refresh the page, and you will see that icon, right? So we need to align this properly. So to do that, let's add a class of flex over here. So, and then let's do items center. Okay, and it got aligned properly. So now we just need to rotate it. So to rotate that, we can add a class called animate spin, which is the tailwind class, and it will rotate. Now we just need to show this icon when we are sending AJAX request to the server while submitting this form, right? So to do that, we can simply add a directory called wire loading, right? So over here we can simply add wire loading. This means we'll only show this icon when we are sending AJAX request to the server, right? So let me save this, go back, refresh the page, and we don't see that icon. Now if we click on this button and we are sending AJAX request to the server, and then while it is loading, we see that loading indicator, which is perfect. Now what if we want to use that same loading indicator over here as well while clicking the save button? And similarly, what if we want to add this on notification as well while saving the notification? So first of all, let me copy and paste everything, and later we will refactor to components. So for now, let me copy this section from here, and then let me go to update notifications, and over here we can do the same, right? Let me paste that, indent it, and let's add a class of flex, items center, and we'll show this icon while we are sending AJAX request. So now let me refresh the page, click on submit, and then we see that loading indicator. So instead of doing this, we can do it even in a better way. So let's extract this button into our components, right? So over here on components, let me create a new file called button.blade.php. Okay, and then let me copy everything from this button, and then go back to button component and then paste it over here, Let's indent it. Now we need to modify this, right? Actually we don't hard code this wire click and then ID as well. So let me remove it from here. So now let's use this component on our form. So in post configurations, to use that component, you can do X and then the name of the component. Okay, and we need to pass those attributes, right? Called wire click and then ID. Let me comment this for now. Go back and then refresh it, and we see that button, but if we click it, it will not work, right? So we need to fix this. So now if I inspect over here and let me select the button, and over here we don't see those attributes called wire click and then ID, right? So we need to fix this. So to fix this, we can receive those attributes on our component using $attributes. So let me go back to button components, and over here we can simply do $attributes. Okay, so now let me refresh the page, and we get those attributes called wire click and then ID as well, right? So now let me click on this button and we see that loading indicator, which is perfect. So let's use this component on our notifications as well over here. So let's try that. So let me go back to update notifications, and over here let me comment this for now, and let's use that component called X button. Okay, and here we are not passing any attributes, so let me just save and then refresh this page. So over here you will notice that we are displaying the same text called post, right? We need to change that. So we need to pass that from here. So let's say save changes. Now if I refresh the page, we don't get that text, right? So to receive that text, we need to use slot on our component. So over here, instead of post, we'll be receiving that text as a slot, right? So let me do slot, and then if I refresh the page, and we see save changes. If I go back over here, and we will see empty because we haven't passed that. So let's go to post configurations. So let's pass the text called post, okay, as slot, and we see that value, which is perfect. So now let's make this text as red to show you. Let me do class and then text red. Let's say 600. Okay, refresh the page, and it didn't work. It button got disappeared, right? So here we overrode the previous class with those new values, right? Instead of overwriting, we just need to merge those values, those classes, right? So to do that, we can go back to our component, and then instead of attributes, we need to do attributes merge, and then we want to merge the class, okay? And we will pass those values. Let me remove it from here. And then paste it. Now if I refresh the page, and we'll see this error. So to fix this, let's go back, and then let's wrap this with this double quotes, and let me remove this. And it got fixed, and we see that red color as a text, right? Which is perfect. So let me go back to post configurations, and then let me remove it from here for now, and then let me close this, refresh the page, and we are back. So why we need to do this, right? So now let me show you the benefits of extracting this button into a component, right? So let me go back to update notification settings, and imagine if we haven't created that button, then we can simply do X button and then save changes, or just let's say save. And now if we go to notification, refresh the page, and then we see that button. If we click it, and we will see that loading spinner, which is very perfect and time saving. We don't need to worry about adding those spinner. We don't have to worry about adding those classes, which saves lots of our time, and then it will make it easy for us to work as well. So let me show you a second thing as well. So what if we want this button fully rounded instead of just rounded? So to make that change, we can simply go to our button components, and then we can change in one place. Let's change it over here as rounded full. Let me refresh it, and we see that rounded full button. Now if I go back, refresh the page, and it will reflect that change everywhere where we are using that component. See how cool this is. So I hope you learned something from this video. So this much for this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel, as I will be uploading the videos like this. And till then, have a great time, and I will see you on the next one.